It was a cold and rainy day, but it was Christmas Eve, which was very exciting. The girls had to sit next to the fire to keep warm, hearing the sound of rain fall outside. All they wished was to see snow. Laura thought anxiously because Santa might not be able to come because of the Indian village and because Santa wouldn't be able to cross the river because of the rain. It might overflow over the riverbanks. That night, Mom opened the door and heard the creek roaring as a result of the torrential downpour.
There's no way we'll have Christmas now. The creek is too wild with the rain.
How's that look for Christmas dinner? Think you can manage one of those drumsticks?
Yes! Is the creek going down?
It's still rising.
That's too bad. I hate to think of Mr. Edwards eating bachelor cooking all alone on Christmas Day. He should be here eating with us.
No, a man would risk his neck trying to cross that creek now. We're just gonna have to make up our minds that Mr. Edwards isn't gonna be here.
That means Santa can't come either. We don't mind. We'll enjoy watching Ma dress the wild turkey. It's big enough for quite the feast. We're lucky little girls. We have a good house and a warm fire to sit by.
That is so true. Good thinking, Laura. It's too bad Santa can't come this year. You've been good girls this year, but Santa hasn't forgotten you. He surely will come next year.
After supper, the girls washed their hands and faces. They got dressed and went to bed. The entire house had a hard time feeling that it was truly Christmas Eve. Ma and Pa sat quietly by the fire, thinking about the events of the day. Before going to bed, Ma hopefully hung the girls' stockings up on the hearth of the fireplace. Ma and Pa settled in for the night, but in the early morning hours, Jack began to growl and the door latch rattled.
Y'all never lock the door. Open up. Fine, gonna have to scream. Angles! Angles!
Great fish hooks, Edwards! Come in, man! What happened? Oh, good to see you. You're soaked to the bone. Come in, come in.
I carried my clothes on my head as I crossed the creek. Hello.
Oh, my goodness. Well, get comfortable, man. It was too big a risk, Edwards. We're glad you're here. But it was too big a risk just for a Christmas dinner.
Well, no creek could stop me. Your girls had to have a Christmas after I fetched them their gifts from Independence.
Did you see Santa Claus?
Mr. Christmas himself? I sure did.
Where, when, what did he look like? What did he say? Did he really give you something for us?
Wait a minute.
Girls, I'll put your presents in your stocking as Santa intended, but you mustn't look.
When I saw the creek rising, I knew that Santa couldn't possibly cross.
But you crossed it.
Santa is much too fat and old for this. They need somebody long and lean, a razorback like me. And if he had come all the way to Independence and 40 miles across the prairie just to turn back, he of course would never do that. So I walked to Independence.
In the rain?
Well, Mary, I had my raincoat on and they're coming down the street. I got to see Santa Claus.
In the daytime?
No, it was night, but light shined across the street from the saloons. Santa, he walked up to me and he said, "Hello, Edwards."
Did he know you?
He knows everybody. I recognized him because of his whiskers. Santa's got the longest, widest, thickest whiskers west of the Mississippi. Santa saw me and he said, "Well, last time I saw you, you were at a corn shuck bed in Tennessee." I remember the red mittens Santa brought me that cold Christmas down in Tennessee. Then Santa went on to say, "I understand that you're living down by the Vidaigras River." He said, "Do you happen to know the two young girls, Mary and Laura?" And I said, "Well, yeah, they're down yonder." Santa went on to talk about how pretty and sweet and lovely you two were. He said that he didn't think he was going to be able to get your all's gifts down to the Prairie He asked if I could go fetch him for him just this one time. I told him what an honor it would be to carry out such an important task.
Hey, look now, girls.
Oh my goodness, this is the best gift ever. Now we each have one of our very own. Laura, there's more. Wow, a heart-shaped cake. Between the cake, candy, and the cup, we are blessed.
Are you sure your stockings are empty?
A penny! This is definitely the best Christmas ever.
And it was. The end.